They're the Gateway Gators, right?
Yeah, the Gators. Good evening, fellow Mustangs fans. I'm Garrett Sesko, and I'm joined by Zach Barat, Garrett Poe, McKenna Lysifer, Ben Tishko, Evan Smith, and the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rick Barat. We have a real treat for you here tonight as the Mustangs go head-to-head with the Gateway Gators. Plum is coming off a heavy loss at the hands of Franklin Regional last week. The Gators are undefeated coming into Plum. Their coach, Don Hall, led them to a stunning win against Penn Trafford last week. A player to watch for them tonight is QB Bryson Venanzio, who has 450 yards and 3 touchdowns in the season. Another is junior running back Jaquan Thomas, who is expected to have a big game. This will be Plum's second home game of the year, and they are fired up to take on their rival school. Quarterback Hunter Linhart, who has 420 yards this year, is looking to get the Mustangs a rebound victory. What's your opinion, Mr. Barat?
Well, guys, Plum, they're obviously looking to bounce back from last week's loss to the Franklin Regional Panthers, and that was Franklin's opening game, and we talked about it on last week's broadcast a little bit. That was a revenge game for the Panthers. Plum was definitely able to put it to Franklin the previous year here, 33-14, but it was a revenge game for them. So Gateway's coming in, the defending WPIL 5A champions, the PIAA runner-up. Plum is beset with about 5 or 6 injuries, so Gateway's coming off a pretty decisive 20-point victory over the Warriors last week of Penn Trafford. So we know Gateway's going to receive, as McKenna has that straight on the screen, and so I'm looking forward to a competitive game. Plum struggled a little bit out of the gate last week, guys, and Franklin took advantage of that, got a quick score, got an interception return for a touchdown, and before you knew it, it was 14-0, and that led into 21 and 28-0. So Plum wants to stop the bleeding. We know Gateway's going to receive, so the Mustang defense will be put to a quick test early on tonight, guys.
This will be, the Gateway Gators are an excellent team. They beat a really good team last week in Penn Trafford, and they're looking to stay undefeated and go 3-0. But the Mustangs are looking for a great upset tonight.
And we know Tyler Kolonkowski, who replaced Josh Cummings after week 1, will take the kickoff here. So we'll be calling out some numbers here, and we can see if McKenna can shoot down onto the track on the left side. There's some of the Plum administrators are down there. We might have and you can see him walking across the band bleachers. That's Coach Terry Smith, who coached at Gateway for years, who's now one of Penn State's coach, and James Franklin, Penn State's head coach, as he's coming around the end zone right now. He's here to watch Gateway's running back, and he's a sophomore, Derek Davis. That's number 8, and we're going to be calling his number and name out a bunch tonight because he's had two pretty good games. Oh, Plum with an onside kick to start us off, guys.
So number 21 for the Gators takes it to around the 40-yard line before he gets tackled at the 40. So to be honest, this is actually really good field position for the Gators. So the Mustangs really need to hammer in the defense, but do you expect that the Gators will start the run just to tire out the Mustangs?
I don't know. I was watching some film today with Hunter Linhart, and honestly, Gateway mixed it up a little bit with the run in the pass against Penn Trafford, and Penn Trafford did the same. So they obviously watched film from Franklin. We saw Gordon guys run up in some pretty big holes last week. So I think we're going to see a lot here at Derek Davis. And you can see here Gateway, and I saw this a lot on the Penn Trafford film also. A lot of trips to the one side, single receiver to the right side. So you're spreading out the Plum defense already. The defense without Seth Northcutt is a dislocated kneecap. We'll be back, though, next week against Connellsville.
So number 12 for the Gators, Brendan Menjaka, got out and he was replaced by number 43, the quarterback, Jalen Hurt. But the play was actually incomplete to number 8, Derek Davis.
And you see Gateway guys going a little hurry up here, and I think I'd actually be a little shocked if they're going to pass this. They try to screen pass there to Davis, and I would imagine it's going to be a handoff to Davis.
So the handoff to Davis as well, takes it up the middle, gets to around the 52-yard line for a first down.
And he picked up 11 right off the bat there, and like I said, we're going to see a steady flow of Derek Davis and Gateway immediately to the hurry-up offense like they're in their 2-minute offense here.
Great run on that play.
Another run to Davis, who gets swallowed up by number 68, Adam Garvin. And now they have second down, and it's apparently there's a little scrum that was going on as well.
Yeah, I was looking down at the number, guys. I didn't see it. The whole Plum coaching staff, Coach Morgan, we're making the motion to throw a flag for unsportsmanlike conduct, but that was a good tackle there, and that's a loss of 2, so it's 2nd and 12.
So I don't know what happened that created that little scrum that was going on close to the Mustang sideline, but now it's a handoff back to Davis, who gets
fumble,
but recovered by number 12, Brendan Menjaka, and got a gain of 1. What looked like it was going to be a play that should never happen, because it looked like it was handoff to Davis, who then Menjaka took into the middle and fumbled the ball.
This is a big down, guys. It's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 here for the Gators. Like to see the Plum defense here stop them, obviously.
You might see a run here as well with Derek Davis trying to get those extra yards. He might go for it on 4th and 1.
They're going to throw it.
He's going to run, almost taken down by Jaden Nichols, but he's going to keep going and tripped up around the 27, maybe.
Yeah, that's a big play there by the Gators to get the first down. The quarterback, Brendan Menjaka just kind of squirted up to the middle there for the first.
So Menjaka hands it off to Davis, who takes it to the right side, misses one tackle, and gets
nice tackle there by Nathan Dumbaugh.
And he gets taken down by Nathan Dumbaugh, and it's only a gain of 5 yards. So now the Gators will be settled for a 2nd and 5.
2 minutes into the game here, clock just under 10.
Pass, Menjaka throws it up the middle. It's caught by number 2.
Sonny Comunal.
But there's a flag on the play.
Multiple flags there. I mean, I don't know if I've seen that much laundry on the field at one time, guys. There's multiple flags there. See at least 3 or 4, so it was pretty obvious, and the Gators slowly coming back there.
Yeah.
So probably some form of illegal use of hands or holding. We'll see what the ref says here as McKenna has the ref on the screen. Personal foul against the Gators, so that'll be 15 yards.
Personal foul against the Gators.
Move them back.
15-yard penalty.
So now the Gators will be settled for a 2nd and 3.
I think we're going to see Davis here. I'd be stunned if they pass, but they might, though. Realizing this is 4-down territory, maybe take a shot at the end zone. We'll see what the Gateway coaching staff calls. Oh, play action, looking deep.
That's a touchdown by number 5, Ethan Frenchick.
And we talked about that, guys, for the last 2 weeks. The Highland Golden Rams kind of exposed that middle a little bit against the Mustangs, and we saw Franklin do that right off the bat. So The Gators get a quick score here with 9:16 left to go in the first quarter. Up 6-0, PAT pending.
Kicker is number 22, Jason Jenkins. That's good. Making it 7-0.
So,
I'm sorry, Garrett, go ahead.
so I was going to say, the Mustangs actually really took it to them at first for the Gator offense. Like, they were stopping them until it was that, like I said, that big game by Brandon Jaka, who took it all up the middle. The Mustangs actually almost stopped them and could have gave the punt away. So it's all those clutch plays that's going to need to be made if the Mustangs are willing to win.
No, I agree. You have to remember also, I mean, we saw Franklin do this against us last week, guys. So, we're used to this. We did this against the Golden Rams. So the ref just threw out a penalty flag. I've never seen this before. I mean, McKenna has it on the screen. If you look at there's a penalty flag on the 42 or 43 yard line. He's standing there. I don't know what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 guys on the field for the Gators. Picked it up. I'm curious to see. We saw the kicker last week, guys, from Franklin. What was his name? It's escaping me now.
DeFalco.
Yeah,
Anthony.
DeFalco. Yeah, he was. Boy, oh boy, did he not have a leg on him. And they did call, it looks like a personal foul penalty. Second one of the game against the Gators, so that will nudge them back 15. So Plum should get some good field position here unless I'm underestimating number 22, Jason Jenkins' leg here. He is a sophomore. Not very big, 5'2".
And number 1 for the Mustangs.
Billy Guzzi.
Oh, there goes Billy
Guzzi.
Guzzi. Good move.
Jason Jenkins trips him up, and he
Yeah,
falls
he did
around
trip him up.
at around the 40-yard line.
So momentum here for the Mustangs as we saw it last week, guys. We saw several drives start deep in the Mustang territory, and they just couldn't get out of that. They moved the ball back now to the 43, guys. But be interesting. I watched film today with Hunter Linhart here, and he feels that they can pick Gateway apart with the pass, but he also knows you can't get into a track meet with this team. You can't trade score for score, score for score. So you do have to grind it out a little bit, run the ball, take some time off the clock, and slow it down.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Coach Morgan calls here early on. First drive of the game. Hunter Linhart under center. See number 2 hovering around there in the backfield. Remember that name, guys. That is senior Jeremiah Joseph, who is an outstanding wide receiver and corner.
Jimmy Schropp up the middle, doesn't get much yardage in that play.
And that's absolutely fine. You got to run the ball, you got to eat up clock, you got to keep their offense off the field and out of sync. So, gain of 1. I'd like to see the Mustangs here attack a little bit maybe. We'll see if they run it on second down. Hunter going out of the gun. Oh, no, he is under center, excuse me. Same formation.
Billy Guzzi up the middle.
Takes it to about the 40-yard line. So now the Mustangs will be dealt with a third and 8.
No, more than that,
4th and
Garrett,
7.
I think.
I mean,
yeah, he's
3rd
at
and
the
7,
39.
3rd and 6, my
yeah.
mistake.
I think it'd be about 3rd and 5, really. The scoreboard says 7. There's
3rd and
no way
6.
that's 7. Did it say 6 now, Zach?
Yeah.
So Mustangs at the 39. They got to get just past the 34 to the 33. This might be, Coach Morgan might be thinking 4 downs. This could be a handoff also, guys.
Billy Guzzi
Guzzi
is
on the carry.
gonna get him before he gets the
Touchdown, number
first.
52.
And I think he's going to go for it. I did not see Plum punting here as Hunter comes to the sideline. I think he's going to get the play call. It's going to be, that was a gain of maybe 1. And he is going to call on the punt unit. Interesting here. Coach Morgan, 3 straight run plays as we've taken the clock now to under 7:20 left to go.
Josh Cummings is the punter.
Yes, he is. Sophomore.
Send back to Cummings, kicks it up, and it goes to the right side.
Oh,
and it goes
just
right
missed.
in, so.
Really the way the ball bounced on that.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, Matt Morgan called. You know, he called Josh out to do, you know, corner it, and you know that was actually real good. But Josh unable to get that rule to kick that ball out the 1 or 2 yard line. So Gators will start off on the 20, and we'll probably start hearing a lot of the Gateway running back, number 8.
Derek Davis.
Derek Davis. Gateway does not huddle. Very common now in high school football. Play called on the sidelines. Team comes out right into the formation. Majaka under center or in the gun.
Passes, hands off to Davis. There's a fake. He throws it to but there's a flag on the play. It was caught by number 9, Courtney Jackson. There's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
And the Gateway Gators moving back, and boy, they're just digging themselves a hole here. It'd be nice if Plum could capitalize a little bit. It's going to be at least a 5-yard penalty. Referee putting the ball on the 15. So Gateway will be 1st and 15.
So Majaka stands in the gun. He does face it, throws it in the middle, and it's caught by number 9, who went right through the hands of
Courtney Jackson up the sideline. Josh Cummings not going to be able to get him, and he's going to go for a touchdown to make it 14-0. 6:39 on the clock in the first quarter.
Now, like I said, the Mustangs had a chance to stop him with, it would probably be in 2nd and 15, I mean in 2nd and 13, because he was about to get swallowed up, and actually about the pass about to be deflected. But like I said, you have to make these plays if you're the Mustangs, because this Gateway team is just so talented that if you give them any chance or any mistake, they're going to capitalize on it.
Courtney Jackson, and we'll be calling his number out a lot also. And Courtney Jackson, like we said, and number 2, Jeremiah Joseph, and, you know, Derek Davis. Just some numbers to remember, you know.
Jason Jenkins with the good extra point attempt.
So already early on in the game, as we're almost at the halfway point of the first quarter. 6:39 left to go. The Gators with a 14-0 lead over our Mustangs. So Plum will have their second opportunity on the offensive side of the ball. So hopefully they will be able to generate some offense. I don't think they should give up the run right away, but they're gonna have to move the ball and score some points, guys.
So now the Gators will be kicking off for the second time today to the Mustangs with number 22,
Jason Jenkins. break.
who now actually has to kick it from the 40-yard line, while the last time was the 30, I'm guessing from the penalty. So let's see if that lick can actually work. And it's kicked off towards number 1
Good
for
carry.
the Mustangs. William Guzzi takes
Gonna
it
stay in
out,
bounds.
takes
Oh.
it to around the 28-yard line. So
Not that
for the Mustangs, it's not the best field position, but
Not the worst.
yes.
Hard hit by Jay Johnson there on Billy Guzzi to push him out of bounds.
So now Hunter will go back in the formation like he did last drive, under center. But now number 4, Jimmy Straub takes it and hands off to William Guzzi, who takes it to around.
It's going to get behind the line of scrimmage on that one, I think.
down by Davis. Stand forward. Loss of 1 on the play. We have second and 11.
I have to have Hunter here throw a pass, guys, right? I mean,
course.
he has to. Right now he's out of the.
He's a post.
Yeah, he's back in the shotgun.
Number 1, Guzzi takes it to the left side, hands it off to number
Jimmy
4, Jimmy
Straub.
Straub, who takes it
Gonna barrel through.
to around the 38-yard line. So now the Mustangs, on a second run play, get a lot of yardage, which was 8 yards. So now they're 3rd and 2. So now, what would you think the Mustangs would like to do? Run the ball to try to pound that through and get the first down, or try to risk with a pass up the middle and get
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vote run. And if he
Yeah.
doesn't make it, I would go for it on 4th down, and it would be a run because you're down 14-0. You have nothing to lose now. So, and we know what happened against Franklin Regional. So.
Center runs it, takes Jimmy Straub, who actually gets 3,
First down.
4 yards for the first down.
First down.
And this is exactly how, we either thought Plum would come out and attack a little bit, or maybe they would try to grind it out guys on the ground and kill some clock. And so here we are, 5:47 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs down 14-0, but do have the ball again in pretty good field position at midfield.
This is where you might see Hunter trying to throw a pass to Max Matulski with his height there.
No, they're going to run it to Billy Guzzi for
4 yards around. I think around 4 yards.
3 yards, actually. So we have. I don't know why the.
number 50 is limping off the side, to the side. Cooper Auble.
Losing Cooper, that would be a ginormous loss.
Oh, he's down now.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Coach Morgan's out there as McKenna has him on the screen. Coach Morgan's out there. And you guys, you heard me say this last week. Typically if the person is squirming in pain and moving around, that's usually a good sign they're fighting it. If they're completely still, it's typically not a good sign. Cooper not moving right now is a little bit of a concern, but he is up.
Yeah, that is
he's
good.
standing up, with sitting up with his hands, so that's a good sign. So, we'll see what happens here as the East Suburban Sports Medicine guys are out on the field.
And now I can recall, I've heard Cooper has a lot of injuries over his football career. Almost every season he's gotten injured in some type of way, especially with that leg. I remember sophomore year he came in and I looked at him and I was like, what happened now? And so unfortunate thing that Cooper has to get hurt, because that's a big blow for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Cooper up though, went off on his own power. It's a good sign. So Hunter Linhart under center, 2nd and 7.
Gives it
big
number 4,
run.
Jimmy Straub.
Jimmy
He's
Straub
missed one tackle.
gonna get through
Misses.
them.
Almost missed the second tackle.
Oh,
He was down.
Oh, he's down.
oh yeah.
Drop on the carry.
Down by
Brought
contact.
down by Jocko, along with Jay Johnson. Not before he picks up another Mustang. First down.
But that was a big game by number 4, Jimmy Straub, who now gets another first down. So now the Mustangs are pretty much exactly where they started in the last drive.
You see the Plum Mustangs constantly running the ball, slowly taking out the time, keeping the ball off the hands of the Gateway Gators as well.
Out of the hands. Out of the hands, yes.
Yeah.
Gives it number.
Back to Billy Guzzi.
It's like he ran real hard into the pal, stopped, and then was pushed real far back. But he's for momentum at least a yard, maybe 2. Another injured Mustang here, guys. Who's this? That's
Adam Garvin.
yeah. He made the good tackle on the Gateway running back early on.
So now the Mustangs again would settle with a 2nd and 9. Hunter gets on the center like he's been doing for the past couple plays. Gives it up to number, I can't tell right now,
I
number
think
4, Jimmy
4.
Straub,
Carry.
who takes it to about the 40-yard line. So now the Mustangs will be dealt with a
Brought down by
3rd and
Along
7.
with Johnson.
Exactly where they were, guys, on their first drive. So interesting that Hunter hasn't thrown a pass yet. So we're now under 3:40 left to go in the first quarter. Interesting if this will be 4-down territory for our Mustangs.
Hunter gets back under center. And now there's a wide receiver number, I can't tell right now,
81.
who steps back,
15 got through.
but gets knocked out of it.
Linhart's pass knocked
Number
down
15. Number 15 there, Tua Famina Brown. He just got right through the line there and chased him.
Gateway was coming, guys, and they came in fast.
Oh yeah.
4th and 7. You might see a punt here. Hunter's still on the field though.
Looks like they're gonna run it up.
Well, they're going for it on 4th and 7.
Yeah,
Not
and
gonna lose.
No, I agree, Zach. That's a good call as we're down now. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 3:21 left to go in the first quarter, 4th and 7. See if the Mustangs can pick up the first and continue the drive.
They're on the 40-yard line, so they're not field goal range either. So
Gateway coming with a blitz.
Goes over the head of Jimmy Schropp there.
Ball incomplete.
It's gonna be a turnover on downs.
Gateway takes over at their own 40.
Gateway will take over.
with 3:17 left in the first quarter.
Gators up 14-0.
40-yard line.
Now, I don't actually disagree with that call because with the Mustangs being down 14-0, even with keeping this position up, if they risk it for the first down, that's great. Even if they give it up, it's not a good idea. But the Mustang defense, I mean, it's 14-0, so they have to just find some momentum and grab it so that they can get back in this game here in the first quarter. Jogga steps back, throws to number 5.
Ethan Frenchick.
Who takes out
He's
the
gonna
right
go.
side. And he gets
Tackled by number 5, Nathan Dunbar, around the 20-yard line.
like I said, huge game by the Gators on that one.
And that
Yeah.
was one of that kind of hurt Plum guys against Franklin and Highlands Golden Rams, that wide receiver screen and up the middle, and Gateway's thrown a couple passes here, and that's where they've had some success against the Mustangs.
Handoff to Derek Davis. Gets about 5 yards.
4 yards it looks like, but
By Rocco Knox, along with Michael Leone.
Sonoma Jogga steps back in the shotgun. decides to pass it, throws it to number 21, which was way behind him.
To intended receiver Jarrell Thomas.
So now the Gators will be dealt with a 3rd and 6.
You might see a run here.
I would think so.
Get
2 and
first.
6.
Yeah, but Zach, they could be looking at also 4-down territory, so they can be throw a pass and realize they can get it on the run.
And they do. They throw it to Davis, who gets it
Gonna go up.
to the left side, who gets
Boy, he's short, guys.
very close to the first down.
He's a half-yard short, so it's going to be 4th and a half a yard here.
3rd and 1.
Is it 3rd?
Yeah, that
No,
was,
it's 4th.
It's 4th.
They just changed it from 2 to 4.
Yeah, 4th down, and their Gateway doesn't even hesitate. Hurry up offense, and this is either going to be quarterback sneak or we know who's going to run it. Oh, they almost drew Plum off sides there. Close. I think Gateway's biggest decision here is either it's going to be Davis or Majaka going to squirt this up the middle.
This will be a big capitalization for Plum.
Davis gets stopped behind by
big
number
play.
7.
Great play by Max Matolsi there.
36.
Gets him behind the line, and that's going to be a turnover on Downs Mustangs ball.
So both the tacklers were number 7, Max Butowski, and number 36, Josh Cummings, who now create a turnover downs, and now you feel the momentum coming from the Mustangs side a little bit.
Change of momentum, slowly shifting over.
And there's still a lot of time. It's still only first quarter, even though Mustangs are down 14-0. It's still the first quarter. If they can find the momentum, crowd gets into it, and since the Mustangs are home tonight, they have a bigger crowd than they usually do on away games. So
The key to competing here tonight is, defensive plays like that. Gotta have good. Oh, that's a nasty hit to the head. Helmet to helmet. That's Jimmy Schropp.
And Jimmy popped right back up, thank goodness. And it's a loss of at least 2 guys, maybe 3 on the play. So the refs place the ball on the 22. Plum has to get up to the 20, or excuse me, the 17. Plum has to get up to the 29, so 2nd and 12. Minute left to go in the first quarter. Gators up 14-0.
So now he gets it to number 1, Billy Guzzi, who gets it to...
Doesn't get it to the line, I don't think. Maybe he did.
It looked like he had like a 5, 6, 7 yard gain, but they handed the ball off so deep in the backfield. The hole closed up quick, so it'll be 3rd and 10, it looks like, for the Mustangs. Go ahead, Garrett.
35 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. 14-0. Gators lead it.
Now, what I suspect is that this probably will be the last play of the first quarter unless it's a pass and it's incomplete. But now it's Mustangs are dealt with 3rd and 10. 100 rolls left.
Lots of
Looks for
pressure
someone,
here.
Throws it to number,
Over.
but there's a flag on the play. And number 2, Jeremiah Joseph, complains with the call, and it looks like it's against the Gators.
Wonder what it's going to be.
It could be illegal use of hands here against Gateway, which would be an automatic first down for the Mustangs. Let's see what the ref calls here. Gateway moving back. That's a good sign for us. Personal foul, face mask against the Gators. So that's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for the Mustangs. So that will bring the ball up from the 19 to the 34-yard line. So still another play left with 7.9 seconds left to go here, Garrett. So it wasn't the last play of the quarter, but see the Gateway pressure, though, just really in Hunter Linhart's face. Big time.
Still hasn't thrown a pass yet, which is very interesting, too. Slowly
Completed
running.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's thrown some passes, but yeah, Mustangs keeping it packed in here, trying to establish that run. Fumble.
Oh.
And it looks like it's recovered by the Mustangs, but
And
it's a loss of 3 yards. And now
that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. The score, Gateway with 14. Your Mustangs.
14-0 Gators. End of the first quarter.
You guys are doing better.
Good half played by the Mustangs there, and great half played by the Gators. Or excuse me, not half quarter. As we go in the second quarter of this contest, the Gators are leading at 14-0. The Mustangs are on 2-13, and we'll see what they can do here. They're going to switch sides of the field.
So Hunter sets up, gives it to
Guzzy.
That's another
Looks like-
deep. That's
Looks
another
like he
deep
got
run.
to the
Brought
line.
down by number
he gets a
10.
gain of 5 yards. So now
Oh,
we
five.
have a 3rd and 8 on the play.
Ladies and
deep
gentlemen,
run.
here's a pink wallet that was lost. If you see it, please bring it to the press box. A pink wallet, much appreciated by the owner. Thank you. A pink wallet was lost in the parking lot or in the stand somewhere. Thank you.
So Hunter steps up with 2 people on the side, and they will call dead. It looks like it was a timeout from the Mustangs.
Timeout. Mustangs.
I like to see more.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's
I like to
game
see the
will be
Mustangs throw the ball.
will be rebroadcast.
Because we have Max Matulski, who's a tall wide receiver, and he can catch some long throws from Hunter.
Yeah, definitely need to see some completed passes here. I don't believe they have any completed passes yet. So they got to get the pass game established and going here.
But they still have ran the ball pretty well, even though they haven't scored.
Of
They
course.
still
yeah.
have killed clock, keeping the ball out of the Gateway Gators' hands from Derek Davis and all them. This might be Matt Morgan saying, changing the momentum, might saying pass the ball or continue what you're doing as well.
We'll be on the news because of James Franklin.
So now the Mustangs are dealt with a 3rd and 7 at their own 37-yard line. Hunter gives it to Jimmy. Oh, what was it? Looks like number 1, Jimmy.
That's Billy
Billy
Guzzi.
Drop on the carry.
Number 4 for Gateway made the tackle there. That would be Gene Murphy.
So now the Mustangs are dealt with the 4th and looks like 4 now. And number 4 and Jimmy Schropp is down now.
That's not good.
Yeah, he pulled up his sleeve for his knee too.
Yeah, thought it might be as much as a knee injury.
Small little.
This will be a big loss for the Plum Mustangs.
Got hit hard in that last play.
Jimmy Strop is like one of their good running backs.
Yeah, they still
Yeah.
have Billy Guzzi in the back as well with him. But Billy's, from what I know, might be the only running back as so far.
Well, it's
Because Preston's out.
Well, Nathan Dunbar is listed on here as a running back too,
Oh, yeah.
but he mostly plays defensive back. So I guess if need be, he could come in.
True.
So as Jimmy Shop gets attended to, we can look at also the list of possible running backs. So the Mustangs still have William Guzzi left, but they also have Josh Cummings, who's actually listed as a
Oh,
running back as
yeah.
well.
Interesting.
He'd be one of those big fullbacks you might see, just like in the Highlands game, remember?
Yeah, like what was
Oh,
that
what was
guy's
his
name?
Oh, flashback memories
He was
there.
real big man. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, 2 weeks ago. He's getting up on his own power. Doesn't look like he's limping, so that's good.
I think he just got his knee banged in a little bit and just
Yeah.
needed to take a little rest to let it heal for a little bit.
Yeah, we probably won't see him again this half.
Yeah, you might, depending.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You see the
He's
medics,
strong.
you see the trainers talking to him and everything about what might have happened there. But you see Josh Cummings in the backfield now instead of Billy Guzzi, as we just said.
Coming back, punt. Jackson back to the team.
Oh, bad snap there. Oh, he's going to get taken down
Cummings picks up his fumble.
around the
Brought down by
24-yard
39.
line.
Kenmore Price.
Bad snap to the punter, Josh Cummings, and he does all he can with it, just tries to run it around, but it gets swarm of tacklers just take him down around the 24. And
23-yard line. 24-yard line.
They had the Gators putting pressure on the Plum Mustangs, almost entering the red zone as well too. Plum Mustangs had to put a defensive stop in for this to keep the
Plum
score.
Mustangs, they need to stop Gateway's one of their best players, Derek Davis, who's only a sophomore and is getting recruited by colleges. That's crazy.
oh, yeah. Well, there are a bunch of scouts here tonight.
Like one of the best, I think one of the best scouts that was here was James Franklin.
Head coach for Penn
State.
State. Makes sense that he'd be in Pittsburgh. They take on the Pitt Panthers tomorrow in the Keystone Classic rivalry game. I, of course, am rooting for Pitt Panthers. Hail to Pitt, but, you know, still interesting to have a head coach of a major college football team here.
You might see another run for Derek Davis again. Just pushing through, slowly killing time off the clock as well.
Derek Davis up. He's going to, a Plum defender's going to crouch down and trip him over. It's going to get
Brought down by James Rose.
It's getting
maybe
close.
3rd
Oy,
or 2-yard line.
that's close too for the first down as well. It should be 2nd and 2 now. Might should just plug it in right here for Derek Davis here.
They're going to stop
Ooh.
him. Nice defensive play by the Mustangs.
Davis on the carry, brought down by
Plum Mustangs have held Derek Davis in check so far in this entire game as well.
Yeah, big time was earlier when they were in the Mustangs red zone and on 4th and down, and they held him back on 4th and 1. It was a
Yeah.
great play. So if they can keep him in check and in control,
He's close.
Nope.
He's
they're
at
going to
least-
come and see.
He's at least at the 1-yard line.
It's a
there.
3rd down.
3rd down.
Good.
Actually,
Very
second
close
down.
there.
Well,
Second
they're
down.
Oh, 2nd?
well,
They get the
Oh,
first down on that play,
okay.
so now
Sure.
They
it is
did?
2nd down.
yeah, they got the first. Remember, it was
I-
right at the goal line.
Oh, my bad. I must have missed it. Good call there.
Now they handed Davis, who gets
Derek Davis
There.
and our defensive line just stopped him.
That's a good.
Defense came to play today, you can tell.
That's a good stop for the Plum Mustangs too, keeping it 3rd and 1. But you might see the Gateway Gators stopped here again. Go for it for 4th and 1 again. Because they're at the goal line and you keep them pinned back if they don't get the first either.
But still, the goal line stance by the Mustangs was huge in that one. 2nd and pretty much short. Now the Gators have to be done with the third
Oh.
one, and now it's caught by number
Courtney
9.
Jackson.
Courtney Jackson takes it there on third
Courtney
down.
Jackson is such a good football player.
Yeah.
He's really athletic. He plays another sport too. He plays basketball.
We saw him have that really, I believe it was him. He had the really long touchdown run earlier in the game. Now he's going to make it 20-0 for the Gateway Gators.
PAT coming in check with Jason
9 minutes
Jenkins.
left on the clock.
Good.
That's going to be good by Jason Jenkins. That's his third point after attempt tonight. He's 3 for 3 right now.
So the Mustangs were actually ready for that run on a 3rd and 3 because you thought that they were going to give it to Derek Davis and punch it in, but they actually they faked it and threw it to number 9, Courtney Jackson, who took it to easily on a 1-on-1, caught it on the left sideline. So now the Gators are up 21-0 against the Mustangs.
Can see the special teams units coming out in the field now.
Interesting to see if Matt Morgan has anything else to see what the Plum Mustangs can do to get something on the board.
The defense is playing real well tonight. Just had a few slip-ups. But they are really holding Derek Davis back. So props to them for that. Real good running back in Derek Davis. Kick by Jason Jenkins.
Number 1,
Billy Guzzi tackled down at the 22-yard line.
Brought down by Price.
So now the Mustangs are pretty much in the same position if they was kicked off into the end zone and took it. So not probably the best position for field position, but not also the worst because it could have been at least a 5-yard line if this number 22 from the Gateway Gators, Jenkins, could have kicked it a little bit farther. But he's also a sophomore, so this guy in a couple years could be nailing balls into the end zone, maybe getting looked at by some colleges to possibly kick for them.
Yeah.
Hunter's back under center. Who's a number? Gets taken to number 1,
Billy
Billy Guzzi,
Guzzi.
who takes it to a
Number
route.
12 in the tackle there, that's Brandon Majacha, who's also the quarterback.
Majaka, who's actually down, but now gets back up.
That was a late hit by him too, as well.
Yeah, it was a hard one to boot.
There's a flag on the play.
Is just thrown.
You see Billy Guzzi coming on the field too right now on the left side.
On the-
I think that was that late hit on Billy. That's why
So that's their third unsportsmanlike conduct on the Gators. So now the Mustangs will be taken to the 49-yard line and now have a first down. So now that's a huge blow. The Gators have, of course, the Mustangs have given them mistakes, but the Gators tonight have been just giving away penalties and giving Plum the
I
best
agree with
position.
you, Garrett. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's close now. The Mustangs just now haven't even done a play yet with 8:30 left of the second quarter, and they're right now at the 44-yard line.
The Gators really need to play smarter. They can't be giving up penalties like this, giving the Mustangs great field position.
But this is when the Mustangs should capitalize on these penalties and mistakes the Gateway Gators are
Of course.
giving them.
Give it to number
That looks like
number 5.
Nathan Dumbo, I believe.
Takes it to about the 45-yard line. There's another penalty as well.
That's 2 late flags. 1 late and 1
I
during
think
the
both
play.
of those flags are on the Mustangs.
Yeah, but they could be offsetting as well. 1 came late. That might have been on the Gateway Gators, but it might have been holding on the Plum Mustangs as well.
We'll see what it is. As the refs give us a call here soon.
Holding by the Mustangs on the
Holding
first
the
call.
Mustangs.
But now personal foul
On
on the
also the
Mustangs as
Mustangs.
well. So
That's going to bring them back.
it'll be a
2 points
first
against the
and
Mustangs. First is a holding.
20.
Sportsmanlike conduct.
That'll at least push him back 20 yards, 5 for the holding. And then for the unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 there.
so now Mustangs are taking back 25 yards. So now it'll be a first and 35 for the Mustangs, which I've never heard of a first and 35 in a long time.
That reminds me of the Steelers-Bengals playoff games where they got two unsportsmanlikes on one play.
Yeah.
They had a first and whole
Oh
bunch
my
of yards.
gosh.
So what I was told by Mr. Broad was it's actually a first and 39. So he gives it to
Guzzi on the carry.
Guzzi, who gets stopped instantly. It's now another loss. So now the Mustangs are what looks like it'll be a second and 43.
40 at least, 40, 41 now. But they're still constantly running the ball. You still haven't seen a completed pass by Hunter and Lenhart yet, but that's still, you still got one of the half to see for the Plum Mustangs and the Gateway Gators as well.
I think when they go in the locker room, that's definitely going to be something that they discuss is getting the pass game going. Got to complete those passes. And
I think they have to do it now with a second and 42. That's like unheard of a second and 42.
wow,
When was it? When?
it's going to be
Handoff to Guzzi. Guzzi, who gets about, what was it? It looks like 3 yards. So now it's back to a third and 39.
You might just take the yards and punt and give Gateway Gators to try to pin them farther back.
This will be huge if the Mustangs can pull up this first down, because then they'll beat their Gators 45.
Yeah, but it's third and 40.
39.
You never know, because this can happen in high school games.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you gotta make a big
Big
pass.
plays, big
Yeah.
long yardage plays aren't uncommon. So, but I really do think they're just going to run it here and punt
And
away.
they give it to number 1,
Billy
Billy Guzzi, who
Guzzi.
takes out the middle, who takes it to around the 26-yard line. So now the Mustangs will be forced with a fourth and looks like 20, I'm taking a guess, 25.
Real good run by Billy Guzzi there. Too bad it's so much yardage until the first down. If it was a regular play, he could have had it there.
That
You would have
will.
definitely got the first down on that play.
of course.
You at least got 10 yards there on that play.
So they're showing it is a, what looks like it is Cummings gets a kick, almost
almost
blocked.
blocked by number 39.
And now Courtney Jackson takes it.
It's going to roll out of bounds around the 35-yard line, 36 maybe.
37.
Yeah, 37.
At the Gateway 38. Flag down.
And there's also a flag on the play, I heard.
Late flag, too. That's another unsportsmanlike conduct by the Gators. That's just another penalty, too, as well.
Oh, it looks like it's a holding on the Mustangs. So as we get a shot of the ref, yes, holding on the Mustangs. So now the Mustangs will be, I don't know where they're going to spot the ball on this one, because it was taken around the, or I think it would be a re-kick.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
You
Yeah,
see
it
Josh-
is a re-kick.
You see Josh Cummings coming back out there to kick. That pushes him back farther, though, and now gives Corey Jackson more time to punt.
I talked earlier about the Gateway Gators needing to play smarter, get less penalties, and I think the same goes for the Mustangs here.
True. You see Josh Cummings now punting in his own end zone.
They're really running there.
Kick
Oh,
it is
so
a nice
close.
kick, close to, it
And
takes
it's
a bounce. Courtney Jackson
Courtney
takes
Jackson's
it.
going to take it. He's gonna
And
scoot
gets,
up.
but there's another flag on the play.
Oh.
My gosh.
Returned by Jackson.
Wonder if it's probably a holding on the Gators or it's a flag on the play for the Mustangs on a tackle. We just have to see from the refs.
5:42 left. 21-0 Gateway Gators, with the Gateway Gators inside the 40-yard line of the Plum Mustangs.
Legal blocking back by the Gators, so that's going to push them back to past the 45-yard line. So it's also really good. So what it looks like is they're spotting it close to the 46-yard line,
Yeah.
and the Gators will be taking it at the Plum Mustangs 46-yard line. Which what the Mustangs were dealt with is a good field position for what Mustangs were dealt with. So Majaka takes back its run.
Oh, good tackle by number 52.
That's Jaden Nichols there.
Majaka back to pass.
Yeah, that was a good play by Jaden Nichols there to get in reach of the quarterback.
Jaden.
But he might have gotten another yard there when he tackled him there.
So
Oh, yeah, he did gain a yard.
So, but like what looked like it was almost going to be a sack, turned out the Majaka took it up the middle and got tackled. So gain of 1 for the Gators. Now they're 2nd and 9. Majaka throws to number 2.
Oh, he's going.
Jerron Josephs, who takes it up the middle, takes it to 20,
Nice
takes
cut.
it to 15, gets tackled around the.
It's just really hard for Plum to tackle the Gators because all the Gateway Gators are just athletic and quick.
Number 72, Evan Antara.
So now what it looks like is they're spawning at the 10-yard line. So now the Gators are at the 10-yard line and now in the Mustang red zone. So Majaka staying back, takes the punt, gets it to
Derek Davis.
Derek Davis, my mistake, and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown for the Gators.
Makes it 27-0. The Gateway Gators now. Then you should see number 22, Jason Jenkins, coming out again for the PAT right here to make it 28-0.
Jason Jenkins here for the extra point attempt. Snap held by Ethan Frenchick. It's going to be good, making the score 28-0. 4:47 left here in the first half.
Oh, I think if Plum scores before this half's over, that'll be good for Plum because they just need to get something going.
Yeah.
Because we have not got past half, right? Right, Garrett?
No, I don't think so.
I don't quite remember, but I think they did get past the 50-yard line from the Mustangs a couple of times. They just have not gotten.
Oh yeah, I think they were in the red zone at least once.
No, they were not. It was close to around the 45-yard line before the Mustangs had to punt it away. It was like the first or second drive that I quite remember.
Okay, my bad.
Your Mustangs won.
Jason Jenkins to kick
The
off
returner
here.
for Plum is going to be Logan Brooks.
Maybe, depending on which way it goes,
or
this could
Billy
be Billy
Guzzi.
Guzzi.
Guzzi back to receive. Jenkins kicks.
So now Jenkins kicks it, and it's a nice kick
To
to
Bill-
Guzzi, who
Billy.
takes it around the 12-yard line,
Oh, he got stopped.
Guzzi on the return.
around the.
24, 23 maybe.
So not bad position for the Mustangs as well. I mean, it is not the best position because the best position would be close to the 40-yard line,
Oh yeah,
but it is still a great position. The Mustangs need to find their rhythm and their deep in, like Benny said, possibly passing the ball to try to. Because by now it's the second quarter, and the Gators are up 28-0. So you could elect that they could just run out the clock and try to just get the game over with and forget about it, or they can try keep passing and try to see if they can get players or get big gains so that they can get some momentum. And they pass it. He throws it up the middle. Who gets caught who caught catches
First
it.
complete pass by
and there was
Max.
a delayed hit for the Gateway Gators. So that's my first.
Brought down by number 2,
Yes,
Joseph.
so it is Matt Matolsky who catches it.
That was a good throw by
And-
Hunter. That couldn't be placed any better.
So Matt Matolsky made the catch, and now they have a late hit, so the call comes in.
Roughing the passer penalty against the Gators.
If you guys heard what he said roughing the passer against the Gators. So now that's the Gators' 4th unsportsmanlike conduct in the we're only in the second half with 4:37 left in the first half.
Wow. That's going to give them a real good field position. You said a good field
Let's
position
see if
here
they
on
can
45.
get a field goal or a touchdown this drive.
Yeah.
So Hunter Leonard sets in the shotgun. Takes a pass, steps back, throws it deep towards number 81, who catches incomplete call by the ref on the sideline. Looked like he actually tried to put his tiptoes down, but was very, very, very close. So what a gutsy call was almost actually caught, which could have been taking the Mustangs to the 30-yard line, which would put them in a great position. It was just Courtney Jackson defended number 81. I'm sorry, guys, we don't have his number
Yeah,
very
not
well.
listed.
Who takes it? But now it's Guzzi who takes it up the middle to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. So now it's a 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs.
Brought down by 56, Bryce Washington there. Almost 4 minutes left here in the first half.
Did Jimmy Schrock go back into the game?
It doesn't look like so. Hunter steps back. He gets blitzed. Rolls right.
Pressure there.
And throws it to wide open number 81.
Oh, amazing catch there.
Completion.
By number 81, like I said, who gets a big gain close to the 23-yard line. And that's a huge gain for the Mustangs on a 3rd and 10 play.
Nice.
Hunter was half a second away from stepping out of bounds and taking it before getting hit.
That was a really good throw by Hunter. He couldn't place that ball any better.
The decision to throw it before he went out of bounds is paid off there as an amazing sliding catch was made by number 81. Sorry again, we don't have his number or his name listed here.
So Hunter steps on his shotgun, takes it, hands off to Guzzi, who takes it up the middle, gets around to the
That was a good run by Billy.
19-yard line. So now it's Mustangs are dealt with, it looks like, a 2nd and 5. So now with that play, the Mustangs are actually starting to get a little bit of roll. So now that the Mustangs are actually in field goal range, and you see with Cummings, he can hit it, kick it a long way. So now the Mustangs are in a good position to try to get a touchdown or even get some points on the board. So Hunter steps on shotgun, gets a bad snap.
Oh, he's
takes
gonna fall on
and
it there.
Yeah, falls under it, onto it. And now it's brought back to the 25-yard line. So now the Mustangs lost 6 yards. So now it's 3rd and 11, or 3rd and 12, my mistake.
Yeah, that was just a little bit over Hunter's head. Can't do anything about that. The center is a sophomore anyway, too.
Yeah, he's a backup, I believe.
I think it was Adam Garvin who got
Yeah.
injured earlier. We have no updates on him yet, so we will get to that after when the second half starts. So Hunter throws it to
Billy Guzzi, but
No, to
Not
broken Max
up.
Matolsky.
broken up by
number 10.
Tui Famina Brown, or maybe it's number 10, Jordan Stankovic.
So the Mustangs, it looks like
They're going
are
to go.
they're going for it.
I
on
think they
4th and
need to
12.
score a touchdown. There's no doubt they need to score a touchdown before the half ends.
They have great position here.
Now, I don't know how to think about this. I get that they were trying to get a lot of points, but take the points, get 3 points on the board, make your team get back into this. Throws it deep to number 81. Who gets
Intercepted by Courtney Jackson in the
who
end
takes
zone.
it to the end zone. So now it's a touchback for the Gators.
Very disappointing. Pretty good drive there for the most part.
So I don't know what the call was. He
Seems to be
took
running
it in the end zone,
back.
but never went down. So I don't know what's going on here. The Gators are taking it all the way down to the Mustang for a touchdown, looks like. I don't know what the call is going to happen.
We don't know what's happening here.
The
I
Gators
think-
are celebrating as a touchdown, while the Mustangs are on the sideline thinking it's turnovers on downs.
That's why I thought it was a turnovers on downs.
The ref seemed to stop the play. I don't know what happened there.
So here comes the call from the head ref. So what it looks like is the call was right. It
The
was.
Mustangs would like to thank their meal sponsors, Top 333 Palmeiras,
It looks like it's possibly
Olive Garden,
touchback, because now the defense comes out for a play. As the refs talk to the head coach and the sideline of the Gators, who think that they scored a touchdown because Courtney Jackson never got down and took it from halfway to the Gateway end zone all the way to the Mustang end zone. So, yes, it looks like they spot it for a touchback. So, what looked like it was going to be a pickoff return for a touchdown because of the confusion is now a touchback. So now the Gators will start on the Mustang on the Gator 20, and they have a first down. And with 1:44 left in the second quarter.
What do you think Coach Morgan's feeling about this game right now?
I think he's feeling a lot of things right now. He's either feeling that it's bad because he wants to possibly make an upset, and he gets tackled by number 36, Josh Cummings, who gets a big loss close to it says a 15-yard line, so that's a loss of 5 yards, so now it's a second and 15, and getting back to what I was saying, he's thinking of two things. He's either thinking, why is this happening, or second, he's realizing that the Mustangs are actually doing pretty dang good against what people are saying the #1 team in the state, the Gateway Gators, with two all-stars of athletes, Courtney Jackson and
Courtney Jackson's going to Syracuse. He already committed early.
Wow.
and Derek Davis as well. So he throws it to
No, Derek Davis is.
It's only sophomore, I know that, but he took it to number 6, Jaquan Thomas, who got only a gain of 4 yards. So now it's a 3rd and 11,
Timeout. Mustang.
and timeout by the Mustangs.
Third down and 15, I think.
3rd down and 11, Ben. But it's 52 seconds left in the game in the first half, so I don't know what the Mustangs are going to like to do, but it can either be they're going to try to go for a score before this half ends, or they go for just running the ball, eating up clock, and taking a break for during the half.
Ben, you mentioned Courtney Jackson committed to Syracuse already. That's a pretty good school.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good player. So
I know people that go to Syracuse, and they say they're ready for him to be on the team.
yeah, from what he's shown us so far, he's had an interception. I believe he's had 2 touchdowns. Maybe he had a really long one. So he definitely showed off his speed and his receiving ability. So nice addition to the Syracuse Orange team.
So now the Gators are set with a 3rd and 11, and Majonka steps on the shotgun. Decides to throw it to number 9, who's wide open. Courtney Jackson gets a first down and takes it to the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
Takes it to what looks like the 42, 41-yard line.
Just talking about him, and then magically caught the pass and ran it right up the sidelines.
It was just a coverage that should have been taken. They know Courtney Jackson is going to be a threat out there. I could see him wide open and going through the middle, cutting through the middle. Njaka, all you need to do is just get into the area of Courtney Davis, and now Njaka takes it. He gives it up to
Derek Davis.
David Davis. He takes it up
Oh,
sideline, misses
he's
one
gonna-
time, misses another one, and takes it
He's
all
going
the
to go
in
all the way,
for a touchdown.
making the score 34-0. 32 seconds left here in the first half. Derek Davis showing off why he's a top player in high school football. You can hear the sideline chants echoing Derek Davis, certainly showing the support for him tonight. Jason Jackson is out for the point after attempt. Snap will be held by Ethan Frenchick.
And the kick is up, and it's good. So now the Gators are leading 35-0 against the Mustangs.
They are not, or Jason Jackson is now, Jason Jenkins is now 5 for 5 on point after attempts, and all of them have been real good kicks. So, well, the Mustangs, they just gotta score at this point. That's really all I can say right now.
Yeah. Can't do a lot right now with how many with 32 seconds left.
The mercy rule is gonna come into effect, I believe.
Yeah, let's shoot. I don't know if is it 35 or 40.
I think it was 35. Last week we were talking about it. It came into effect. Once the team's up 35 points, the
Clock continues.
clock, just goes on, and
yeah.
unless a timeout is called or a
If it goes out of bounds.
or a turnover,
Oh yeah, turnover and
possession change,
Yeah.
or a injured player at that too. So that's
Jason
going to come
Jackson.
into
Now
effect here,
Jenkins
and
kicks it off. It's a nice kick to Guzzi, who takes it at the 10-yard line again and takes it up the middle, gets past one tackle, and gets taken down around the 31.
32.
Yeah, 31-yard line.
32 yard line.
No mistake, it was a 32-yard line.
Okay.
Nice call, Zach.
Yeah.
So
You might want to see the Plum Mustangs trying to get some points on the board with 30 seconds left. I know they've used one timeout so far, but
2 timeouts actually.
2 actually. So they have 1 timeout left. So they might have to use the sidelines too. They got to get right around the 25-yard line for field goal range, 30-yard line.
I think
Two.
the Mustangs. Sorry to
Okay.
interrupt you, but
Good.
I think they're just gonna run it, try to get off the clock. Bill Guzzi takes it to around what looks like the gets gain of 3 yards, so now it's a 2nd and 7.
yeah, the
And it's-
clock's just going to run out. That's going to be the last play of this half. We're going to go to halftime where the score is 35-0. Gateway Gators up on the Mustangs here in Plum.
And as the clock hits 0, it's now the halftime show where both the Mustangs and the Gator band will be performing their acts. So as we look at the game, what do you think the Mustangs have done that's good so far, even though it's a 35-0 game?
Even though it's a 35-0 game, they've had some really good defensive plays. They just slip up, and when they slip up, the Gators catch them lacking, and they capitalize on it. But they have had some great plays against the very good Derek Davis running back, like holding him on 4th and 1, and that one they were
Goal
in
line
our end
stands.
zone. Yeah, the goal line stand. Defense has done fine. We're getting better on passing, I can tell. We've had that deep ball thrown earlier. Real good catch, that one to Max Matulsi. But that's not good enough. They still got to get the passing game going more now. They just had to get their feet in the water for it first. That's my take.
So I totally agree with that. I can see that as well. That goal line stance, it was a 2nd and 1, and they stopped Courtney Jackson, who we've already discussed how his talents are already, and stopped him. Even though it was already a touchdown, it was still a big stop. You had the 4th and 1, that was a stop. The defense that came up to play, I can say that. But the offense has done, it's starting to get better. You can see the passing game starting to get in, but just running the ball, I think should have been happening for the first couple plays, and then if it did not work and they got blown out, which was 14-0 at a certain point, they should have just started passing and trying to get the ball towards into the Gator red zone and possibly getting a score and trying to get some momentum back.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the bands.
Good evening. Please welcome to the field the 2018-19 Gateway High School Marching Band, led by drum majors Maya Colorico and Magnolia Krim. Tonight, the band will perform the prelude and the first 2 movements from their 2018 competitive show Enigma, featuring the music of Edward Elder and Gustav Holt, with original music by Chad Heine. Gateway, you can now take the field.
It is too.
The Gateway High School Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. James Helchey, with assistance from Sean McMasters and Ryan Moser. Color Guard directors Dan Mickle and Deb Costley. Drill design by Austin Green. The Gateway Band and Band Boosters would like to wish Mrs. Lloyd and the Plum High School Mustang Marching Band a successful year. Thank you all for your attention.
Good evening. The Plum Mustang Marching Band is proud to join musicians all around the globe who are celebrating the great Leonard Bernstein Centennial this year. We are celebrating in one of the best ways we know how, with the music from the iconic West Side Story. The show debuted on Broadway in 1957 and was soon followed by a 1961 film adaptation. The band is under the direction of Mrs. Bethany Lloyd. Assistant directors are Michael Buckstein and Megan Maseko. Pit instruction is handled by Caleb Gregg, while the band front is expertly coached by Christine Andrews, Jessica Clark, Laura Del Vecchio, Jenny Festa, Sam Passarella, Sue Ellen Wiles, and Amy Kirchner. Tonight, we like to be in America. In today's fast-paced world, one important lesson we must learn from West Side Story always holds true. It never hurts to just sit back, relax, and play it cool. West Side Story is based on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, but instead of the Montagues and the Capulets, features the heated disputes between the Sharks and the Jets. The band presents one gang's expression of loyalty in their next piece, the Jet Song.
McKenna, do you miss doing this? There's some mad lads here. Oh yeah, I saw your comedian. Probably that's what you mean.
There's a place for us somewhere, and it happens to be right here on this field. When we perform together, you could say that we are playing with one heart. We thank you all for your attention, and happy centennial to Leonard Bernstein.
Man, I get that you're trying to be cheerful, but do the cheer after I'm done talking or Garrett's done talking, because you're just overlapping. It's kind of making it.
Hey, this is Ian Kiss. He's my television.
Oh, I know.
Ian, that's my son. That's Zach. Remember him? Yeah, Ian's gonna have a son.
I just might put it down for you. I was like,
Dad. Going down.
yes, slow fraud. Man.
a dunk tank, and a featured performance by the Plum Drum Line. For every test drive of a Ford car completed, the Plum Music Boosters will receive $20 from Ford. You must be 18, have a valid driver's license, and provide proof of insurance in order to test drive a vehicle. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Go Mustangs!
I'm on a jury. I have an active injury about my ankle. Excuse me? A lot of the season I had athletic tape on and like wraps and stuff. I sprained my ankle banking it last year, like inward I sprained it, and I got all my tendonitis in the end. So that put me out for a week. 30 seconds. And then I didn't go back because A, I can't dance. But I'm over it.
Yeah, good, good. Good for you.
It was nice seeing you.
Yeah, you too.
You guys are good. Okay, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get out your 50-50 ticket. The winner will receive $687. Winning ticket number 076433 076433.
I won.
We'd like to send out some prayers to an Alex Skate who was in a motorcycle accident this week. Prayers to you, hope you heal fast. Yellow ticket 076 433 $687.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we're starting at like 2. We're starting at like, we're starting now from 0-1. Let's go.
Here, so you can start to say welcome back to the Mustangs at halftime. And so y'all
Welcome back, Mustangs fans. We're just about ready to start second half here after just a beating in the first half, really. 35-0 Gateway Gators are up in the Mustangs here in Plum. A lot of great plays on both sides, but, you know, scoreboard doesn't really show it.
Evan, what do you think the Mustangs need to do better?
watching the first half, it seemed like Gateway was getting behind their offensive line way too fast. Got to find some way to cover that up more. They were jumping right on the play at us.
I agree with you, Evan.
Yeah.
When I was just watching the first half, they were just running over our defense. I think this halftime will just it'll calm them down, and then they'll be regenerated.
It's interesting now.
It was like the same linebacker who kept jumping at the plays. Like
Derek Davis doing that run.
no. On like when we were on offense, there was a linebacker that kept jumping the plays.
Yep.
for us. So they were definitely anticipating it and energized. So, what else?
I got one before Evan can say something good. I want to know if Matt Magnuson said anything to like Hunter Linhart to see if they're talking about passing more instead of
You mean
constantly running the ball.
you mean Matt Morgan, not Matt Magnuson?
I said Matt Morgan. Okay, my bad. But it's 35-0 Gateway Gators. I want to see if they can throw the ball and see what they can get down the field.
Seems like it would be a good idea for the Mustangs to start running some read options based on how fast their Gators are getting across the line. So
It looks like Jimmy Schropp is out for the game with a yeah.
Yeah, it looked like an ankle injury coming off of the field.
Yeah, didn't look good earlier. I thought he'd just be out for the half, but now he's out the rest of the game. And let's just hope he's back and strong for the next one.
Yeah, he does have his warm-ups on as I see him on the bench right now. He has his warm-ups on. I don't know. I can't tell if he has an ankle brace on, but it doesn't look like he's going to play for the rest of the game right now.
No, sir.
Sorry about that. Cooper is the one who was holding his ankle. Schrock took a nasty hit to the head coming off
Oh, yeah.
of a tackle. So it's
Yeah.
not shocking he's out for the rest of this game.
I believe 2 O-linemen were injured last
That
night.
was a nice hit from Gateway right there.
That was a good kickoff return. That was a late hit by the Gateway Gators as well, but there's no flag on the play.
Yeah, I believe it was Adam Garvin that we also lost.
Oh, yeah.
I think Adam Garvin's right in number 68.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he is back.
Yeah, he's back in. He got taken out same play as
Was it Cooper?
Cooper was, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw our center went down. He was replaced by a freshman. Other than that one high snap, he was doing pretty well for the most part as center.
Well, you see.
And I don't think Nick Saluka's coming back in because
Yeah.
I think he got injured before the game even started.
That's a nice easy run for the Plum Mustangs, maybe a yard or two.
Second down.
The injury's on a good thing, but they do give a great opportunity for some of the underclassmen to step up.
Yeah.
Of course.
They can.
Like Jaden Nichols came in and made that one good tackle at the very beginning.
It gives Billy Guzzi a good chance to show up and be the workhorse
Yeah.
instead of
Oh,
going
yeah.
by the committee.
Yeah. Workhorse is a great word to describe Billy Gizzi this entire time because he's been getting most of the snaps here tonight.
Linhart throws it, drop behind the line.
Incomplete pass to Logan Brooks right there. But you do see the Plum Mustangs slowly coming out with a couple more passes as well as I would like to see. That's good.
Above all, I'd say one of their main goals in this half is to get the pass game going.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Gotta-
might be down, but you still get practice in here during this time as
Got to
well.
get those reps in, you know?
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
Max in the slot now.
You got 3 wide receivers lined
Hunter
up on the
Linhart
right.
takes a snap. He's
And
going to
gonna
run
scramble.
and taking behind the
He
line.
might have lost a yard there.
Yeah,
I don't think they
I think
might.
he lost like 1 or 2.
I don't think they're going to go for it as you see the punt team coming on as Josh Cummings enters the field for a deep punt, hopefully.
Yeah, being on their own 25 wouldn't be a good idea to go for it.
Yeah, easy little run for, what was his name? Derek Davis would have
Oh, yeah.
probably ran that in.
Derek Davis hasn't had a huge night, but he's done pretty well for himself. Oh, that's a block punt.
And here,
That's number 4. That's going to be Gene Murphy.
This
That
good
takes
tackle.
it.
Into the Mustangs 30.
That was a good tackle, though, preventing that touchdown right there.
Yeah.
Mustangs, but unable to get the punt off, but now it's blocked. You're almost in the red zone for the Gateway Gators now.
Got to think with the accuracy the kicker has shown just on the extra points, he can probably easily make a field goal from this distance.
Yeah.
Saw him in warm-ups making some pretty
Even
long
though
kicks.
he's a sophomore, he's still
Jason Jenkins.
5 for 5.
Yeah, 5 for 5 on point after attempts tonight, as you said, Zach.
Yeah, he still hasn't hit a field goal because they've scored, but
That's just because the Gators haven't settled to go on field goals earlier. They could have had one earlier.
yeah.
But
Handoff
they chose to
to
run it with
Davis,
Derek
and
Davis.
he's gonna
Derek
break
Davis,
up
and there goes it.
Speak of the devil, there he is there.
Touchdown,
Derek Davis,
Gateway.
the very talented running back, makes the score, putting it up to 41-0 for the Gateway Gators. About 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Found a hole, went through it, and just steamrolled the rest of the defense.
Yeah, there was
You
a
know
big
it.
gap there, just like
He's got some incredible speed, so you can't let him get open like that. He's just going to go off.
he's very athletic.
I see Ryan Humner get warming up right now. I think the Mustangs might put him in.
Yeah,
That's
get his reps
true.
in.
Yeah, because they're up. What it's gonna be? You see Jason Jenkins kicking. That's 6 for 6 for him, but
Real nice.
you see Ryan Huner warming up on the sidelines now. It's 42-0 with 9 left of the third quarter.
Yeah, Linhart hasn't been able to replicate his play from the first game, so it would be a good idea to give Huber a shot.
Yeah, he hasn't played a varsity game, I don't think yet, but it's nice to see get those reps in, like Garrett said.
And he's just a sophomore too, so he'll develop real good.
Yeah, he's got another 2 years on us, and after this year he'll start because Hunter's a senior.
Well, I think Jake Miller might be starting because Jake got injured this season.
Oh yeah.
And he's a freshman. And I hear he's really good.
Well, I played middle school football, and Ryan Huebner played quarterback on that. He was very good at what he did. Threw a lot of touchdown passes, often far to Max Matulsi. They played together. They have great offensive chemistry there, I think, and that would be great if he does win the starting position next year.
Yeah, so far Max hasn't been able to break free like he has in the first 2 games past the defense.
And as you see on the bottom, you see Hunter Linhart talking to Ryan Huebner as he warms up.
Probably giving him some advice to go in.
Yeah, that's
Possibly.
true.
That's going to be kicks out of bounds.
I don't. You know who I don't see on the sideline
Flag thrown on the
for
play.
the Mustangs?
Oh, flag.
Oh no, never mind. Because when Nick Saluka went in the first half, he didn't play at all. Now he's playing.
Yeah, I didn't see him a lot in the first
Yeah.
half, but that might have just been me. But
He seemed to be a big part of the offense in the past 2 games they played, but I didn't hear a lot from him this one.
him and Max worked very well in that first game against the Highland Gooden Rams
Oh,
too,
yeah.
as well.
Oh, Nick Saluka is on the. He has a thing on his shoulder, I think.
He might have been injured. He might be coming back in.
Yeah, I see him on the bench actually.
You see, as you see, Ryan Huebner playing quarterback for the Plum Mustangs now with William Guzzi in the backfield.
As you predicted, Zach is going to get those reps in.
See what he can
See what he can do in his first
Yeah.
high school varsity drive.
First series.
I believe he played some last week. 1 or 2 maybe, but I think they brought him in for
Guzzi stuffed behind the line, loss of about 2.
They brought him in for a snap or 2 last week, but I think Hunter Linhart finished off the game.
I wasn't there for
There's
that
someone
game.
down for Gateway right now.
I can't tell what number that is. He's
I
laying on
can't
his
see.
back.
Yeah, he's trying to get up, but doesn't look good.
I think that's number 4,
But he took off his helmet right away, though.
Gene Murphy,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, that's Gene Murphy, I think. He's down right now.
He took his helmet off real quick, too, right when the play ended. He's laying
Oh.
on his back, but
You can tell he's in pain. That's
Yeah, he looked like he was trying to sit up, but wasn't able to do it.
nah.
The injury count's pretty high for this game.
Yeah.
there's a lot of injuries going on.
Because Gateway's playing a really tough game. That's how it happens.
Just
Still not landing on fingers, though.
his coach is out now. I believe that's Don Hall.
His defensive back right there, and wide receiver.
They're seeing it right now. I believe they're seeing if he can move his knee at all.
He's standing. He's standing on his hands now. But
Yeah, he's sitting up.
interesting to see if Ryan Huebner could throw a couple passes too.
Yeah, being down by this much at least
Yeah, being down by 42. Yeah,
should give a shot to the air raid, see what they can do.
see what their future, hopefully, future quarterback can do.
Because so far we've only gotten about like one big run, so
There's a big run, yeah.
should probably try out the pass yard, see what we can get, give Max a shot to break
There.
open.
That's Gene Murphy walking off on his own power on the sidelines. Slight limp, I see. Good to see him get off.
Teams are coming back out the lineup
Nothing
again.
serious.
Mustangs lined up on about the 34. Gateway's trying to sneak behind the line again,
See, there's,
and they get called for the false start.
yeah, false start.
Oh, it's false start on Mustangs.
No, maybe it's offsides.
There, you see Plum Mustangs bowling back. Yep, ball start on the Mustangs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they fell for the jump there.
It's going to be pulled back. Around the...
Back to the 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's second down and 15.
Goes for the run
Yeah.
again, and once again stopped way behind the line. He's got a loss of almost 4 yards.
Talk on the carry, brought down by Harris.
Was that?
Push them back.
That was a new guy that just ran the ball. That was Jason Jackson.
Yeah, I saw that. Third and 19 now.
No, that was Nathan Toth.
Oh, okay.
Nathan Toth, he played, and I know I keep referencing my middle school football team, but he played running back for us, and he was pretty good.
That's a sophomore, too. That's another sophomore.
Mustangs lined up, 3 wide receivers on the left,
Oh, number 47 gets right through there.
and Huebner gets sacked.
The fumble looks...
Looked like a fumble.
Yeah, I think
I think Plum recovered it though.
Yeah, and then, probably recovered and then down.
that's close. You see Josh Cummings, so they did recover, and it looks like they're going to come up for the punt.
Yeah, 4th and 19, this 4 in your zone. It's not a good idea to go for it, even being down this much.
Hopefully they can pin them back far enough to get some better field position next time they get the series going.
The ultimate goal at this point in the game when you're down by this much is just to score at all.
Yeah, but you got to get those practice reps in too as well.
Of course.
Muffed. And Mustangs get the ball.
Who is that? Is that
Zach Hartley.
Oh, we know.
Picks it up in Gateway's 45-yard line.
Zach Hartley may be small, but do not underestimate him by his size. He had some pretty great plays in the week 1 against the Highlands Rams, and now he comes up big again.
When the Mustangs played the Rams, Zach Hartley, he just tackled everyone he saw.
It's amazing, too, because he's not the type of guy that you would normally see on a defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And that was a real good punt by
Josh Cummings.
Good for Zach Hartley getting that fumble recovery muffed.
Yeah,
by
that was muffed by 28, Yusuf Mendoza.
That good recovery.
Ryan
Huebner
Huebner is going to
behind
run
the
it
line
now. Oh, stops.
Breaks wave one
Stiff
tackle.
arms, number 61.
Oh, good.
He's going to get over.
Good block.
Oh,
Gets around.
gets by him. It's a fantastic run right now.
He's still staying
Oh,
up.
my God, he's still going.
Oh, there's a flag down.
Yeah, I
There
saw
was
that,
a
but-
flag when he was running. He could be holding. Though,
Yeah,
because
I
he got
think-
around pretty fast.
Yeah, still a
too.
nice play by Huebner, though. He went all
Yeah.
around behind the line, somehow managed to get almost a first down, if not getting it.
That reminds me of Ravens rookie Lamar Jackson just making plays all over like that. And it looks like we have a player down in the gateway. That looks like number 11, Zachary Smith. Oh, he's in real pain right now. He's on his elbows and knees.
Yeah, he's
Nah, he's
moving,
lay over.
squirming, he's
No,
feeling some pain, I think.
yeah.
But the flag was on the Plum Mustangs, as you see them pushing back
Yeah.
pretty far. It's another injury too.
It would just be good to see like the new guys just get in, get some reps from Ryan Humner.
Yeah, but you just don't want to give up now. Yeah, you're giving them more reps, but you still want to get some. You're still trying to get that effort and getting some points on the board too as well.
It also could be a good idea, seeing as the starters aren't being super effective, so maybe change of pace could get them on the board.
Yeah, that small little momentum swing might get them going.
They managed to get Smith on his feet. He's really limping off, though.
Yeah, he's walking off, but not very fast. That's
Mustangs push back all the way to their own 35.
It's first down and 30. Oh, this is going to be tough to get.
This kind of plays when you just hope one of your wide receivers can break past the defense and get rolling.
I see number 3 out there for a wide receiver for the Plum Mustangs.
James Rose.
Yeah.
He's a transfer from Penn Hills.
Yeah. Is Matt Solsky still out there?
No, I don't think so. I don't see him.
Is he in that might be him in the slot.
that was number 18.
I don't agree with the decision to run it with 30 yards to go.
Yeah, but
No, not a gain, not a loss, but it just takes away the down.
you still get it takes away the down, get some yards. You give them the ball. You got to punt soon, but because you got one more play left.
Nathan Toth took it up there for that run.
2nd and 30 now.
Interesting to see what Ryan Hamner will do here.
Takes the snap.
Overthrow.
Far
Overthrows him.
That was
far over number 3's head. That's
James Rose.
James Rose, the targeted receiver on that play.
That was ahead of him. I think James Rose just wasn't able to get there at that time. That was a good throw. Threw it right in front of him in stride.
Yeah, that was a
Are they going for the,
good defense.
I
on
thought,
that
I
play
thought
still.
this was 4th down.
No.
Great job by Rose to get past the defenders, though.
Yeah, that was good. He slipped right through there.
Ryan Hubner in the shotgun.
Lined up very similar to the last play.
Yeah, he's going to throw it. No, now he's going to run it. He's going to get stops right there, but he's going to be brought down by 33 and 43.
Gets down to about the 47-yard line.
That's another good run by Ryan Human. That's his 2nd so far in 2 series.
Yes.
You see, he's one of those quarterbacks that like to run more, like as you see, like Russell Wilson in the NFL. Like always trying to get out of the pocket and see if they can get through the hole and get a couple of yards to get the first, so they continue to score.
It's 4th down and 17, and I see the offense back on the field.
I mentioned earlier, like Zach, Ravens rookie Lamar Jackson. Like if you watch any preseason games this year, he's running all around just like that. You know, Ryan Hubner's definitely got speed on his side.
Yeah.
When he sees an opening, he just goes.
4th and 17 now. Back in the shotgun.
Oh,
Goes
hit
for
as
the
he
short
threw.
pass, but he gets hit. So it's turnover on down.
He seemed to be
Gateway gets the
blindsided
ball
with a
inside
hit.
the Plum zone.
That was a hit by
In the
Hunter
back.
Dow.
47-yard line.
Is that 4th down, correct?
Yeah, that was
Yep.
4th down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still see number 8, Derek Davis, on the game?
So Gateway
Up
gets the ball.
I
3
think-
minutes,
I
32
think-
seconds left in the 3rd.
In my opinion, Gateway is probably going to go to the playoffs this year, so I
Yeah.
think they got to save their elite players like Derek Davis and Courtney Jackson. Although I do think we'll see more Courtney Jackson, I'm not sure about Derek Davis.
What about you, Evan? Do you think that he
I
should
know it would be smart for them to keep them out, seeing as they got a good chance to win the state title this year. But I know, especially considering they've got the Penn State coaches here to recruit him, Derek Davis is going to be pushing to stay in the game.
True.
They were in states last year. Or no.
And if I was Gateway's coach, I would not like to use Courtney a lot because he's already going to Syracuse. That's a D1 school.
And Breaks through
Number
again.
39 up the sideline. He's
Cameron.
going to go in for a touchdown. That's
It's now
Kemore Price.
47.
As I said, as
nothing.
Evan said, they took him out, kept him, keep his legs fresh, and yeah, you might, as some college, if coaches are here, you see him still play, but he's not here. As you just saw, number 39 get a good run.
Plus, it's a very rare opportunity to have a coach as high up as James Franklin is to be in your zone
Great,
for a game.
great prediction by Evan Smith there, the newbie here, predicting they'd take him out, and he was totally right. So now here comes Jason Jenkins.
7 for 7 now.
48 going looking for 49. If he makes this,
Timeout, maybe?
if he makes this, it could be 7 for 7.
Oh, it looks like the Gateway coach is mad at the players right now because I see him. He's frustrated.
Timeout Mustang.
Yeah,
It looks like they lined up either one less man or just the wrong people out there because they've got some people swapping out.
Yeah, it looks like they were short one man in that play. Good call.
yeah, they were short on man.
All right, now Jason Jenkins is going to look to be 7 for 7 on point after attempts tonight.
That's still solid for a sophomore kicker, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
And they
blocked.
blocked.
6
Block.
for 7.
You can see 67 on the outside, looked ready to pounce, got to it.
Do you happen to catch who blocked that?
Number 11,
Number 11.
Max Patolsi.
No,
Jackson
no.
Marzik.
Oh, whoops, sorry, read the wrong number there.
It's all right. Happens.
Jackson Marzik. He's a senior and this is his first year playing. Like, for his speed, he's a good football player.
Real nice block there.
Well, now not 7 for 7, 6 for 7.
So 2:54 left in the third quarter. It's 48-0 to Gateway.
So, Gateway will be kicking off coming up.
Back to receive the kickoff, Reed Martin, along with Max Natolsky.
I'm surprised they're still putting in Max, even though he's our starting player. But I would save him for next week because we play Connellsville, and they're not that good of a team. But whatever, it's up to the coach.
I also think Max is going to still be pushing him too because you know that with him, he's going to be frustrated with the performance of the game.
Oh
He's
yeah,
going to want a chance to do something good for his team.
oh yeah. But like they haven't thrown the ball to him at all because he's.
He's been getting covered very well by Gateway.
But I know their coach very well, and they love the blitz. Gateway loves the blitz.
And they're being very effective on it right now
Good
too.
kick there by
Fielded
Jason
just behind the 20.
Jenkins.
And he's going to get taken down quick at the 25.
Nice call.
Martin on the carry. Brought down by number 39, Price.
.249 here left in the third quarter.
In the second half, PJ 29, Bell Vernon 7.
Ryan Huberner is going to lead the Mustangs offense back out here.
Yeah, didn't do good in the first drive, but you could easily rack that up to maybe nose, so give him another shot.
Gonna get it off.
Quick pass, but down behind the line.
Yeah. That looks like number 9.
And a pretty big loss, too.
That's
seems
Logan
like.
Brooks with the catch there, but it's a loss.
Looks like they're going to call it right on the line, so it's 2nd and 10 now.
Let's see what play they run here.
And
that's a
fumble by
fumble.
Hubner.
Recovered, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like we had a man dive on it.
Yeah, it's number 8.
Number 18.
18.
Nathan Toth.
If I was Ryan
running
Hubner,
back.
I would be nervous because this is his first varsity game I've seen.
Yeah, he probably needs a little bit to settle in.
Like Zach just said, he's just probably nervous and pumped up for this game.
Oh, yeah. It's always special when you get to come out here and play,
Yeah, slightly
especially
less prepared.
when you're less experienced at the varsity level.
Also, could be because he came in late in the game, so wasn't fully prepared to hop on the field.
Just
Goes for another handoff.
Run.
Good block. But
spinning, taken down by a big man there.
looks like a rush of about 3 yards.
Brought down by Ely and Beatty.
4th down now. Looks like they might be going for it.
38 seconds left here in the third quarter. The score is 48-0. Gateway Gators are up here in this contest. Backup quarterback Ryan Hubner is in, leading the Mustangs. Just hoping to score on this drive.
I think they're just gonna wait till the clock runs down to go into fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're coming off the field now. It'll be a wrap for this quarter.
going into the 4th quarter. Gateway 48, Plum nothing.
Well said.
Evan, what do you think the Mustangs need to do better?
They need to. Their offensive line just needs to step up a bit more. Maybe like line some more guys up, getting ready to block the safeties coming in, because they should not be getting past the line that quickly. Also, the Plum defense, they're focusing a lot too much on the quarterback. I feel like if they aim for the wide receivers, they could stop some of these big plays from going off.
We're gonna have Garrett Poe come back in here, help us commentate.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up, Garrett? What have you thought so far?
In the whole entire game, or just
Just
third quarter?
this quarter.
So the third quarter was a whole lot of just the same as the original in the game, but I mean they got pretty much like this. They did pretty good on defense. I mean they had the good plays, but I mean hit the block PAT. So now it's only 48-0 instead of usually it'll be 49-0. So I mean the game is well out of reach by now. Now Plum is just going to put in like their backup switch. They put in number 10. Ryan Hubner in for QB for Hunter Linhart to make sure he doesn't get hurt. So now they start again. Actually, no, it's now 4th down. I completely forgot. Sorry, everyone. Cummings kicks it, and it's actually a pretty good kick. Nobody was in the back to recover the kick, and there was a flag by number 29 who pushed number 28 from the Mustangs, Zach Hartley, and he drew the foul. So now the Gators are going to take it probably. The ball was spotted close to the 43-yard line, but it's going to be pushed back most likely to probably around the 30-yard line. So, still, I mean, for what Cummings was trying to kick from like his own 15-yard line, it's pretty good field position, to be honest.
Plum needs to start taking advantage of the free yards they're getting off of Gateway's dirty play, because you can tell they're being overconfident. It's hurting them with the penalties.
You can hear the band here playing Sweet Caroline, which is often played by the Pitt Panthers going into the 4th quarter. It's their rally song, maybe to honor the Pitt Panthers as they take on the Penn State Nittany Lions in the rivalry game tomorrow. Again, hail to Pitt. But it's really neat. They just need to pump up the Mustangs here. They got to get them scoring,
All that said with James Franklin in the crowd.
Oh,
yeah, good point. I just realized that. So, yeah. So kind of a funny little joke right there because everybody knows about the
big matchup going on tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, big matchup
Rivalry night, baby.
Heinz Field as well.
time.
Yes, that just shows how hyped up Derek Davis has been, because the night before the biggest game of the season, seemingly one of them for Penn State, and their head coach is here watching a sophomore player. That should be an incredible honor for him.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got a lot of scholarships from other schools, so he's got many backup plans. We don't know exactly what school he wants to go to, but he
does.
obviously wants to go to a really good team. He's got.
And he's got some very good offers out there.
Oh
Right now
yeah,
he's got-
that's totally true.
He's a sophomore too. He's got
That
Pitt,
sounds
Penn
incredible.
State, and Iowa so far. That's
That's
those kind of-
And they didn't
Ah,
get the
flags down here.
It's gonna be too many men on the offense. I mean on the defense, and they take it
Ah.
on the left side.
And Gateway breaks through again.
Number six.
That's
Jaquan Thomas takes it all the way in for the touchdown. So that's about what looks like it is a 73-yard return.
But
I
there
mean
is
rush.
a flag too, so remember that. There is
Yeah.
a flag. The refs are talking about it right now.
well,
Yeah, Gateway just
Garrett said it
showing
was
off.
going to be on the Mustangs for too many men.
Yeah, Gateway showing
or did
off
he
that they
say-
have incredible speed on their offense. The wide receivers are getting through. All of the running backs subbing in, easily getting past the defense once they get through the holes.
Looks like it's going to be on the Gators here actually, as they're bringing it back.
Looks like the
Oh,
Mustang actually defense is coming to the sideline. So let's see the call.
Man, if you have a play like that, a race for
False
a
start.
penalty.
False start on Gateway. Well, they'll be offsetting, it looks like.
Yep. So what could have been a 73-yard rush for a touchdown, now they both offset, so now it's 1st and 10 back at the Gator 27-yard line. So that's still a very big blow for the Gators. I mean, they could have been up by now. It would have been 8 scores. So now it's taken away, and now let's see what the Mustang defense can do to
Hopefully change the momentum of the game.
Yep. And as number 11, Jackson Marzik, comes running in to defend the wide receiver on the far end.
You could see Ryan Hubner playing defensive back.
Looks like holding on the half of Gateway.
Oh.
I don't know if it's going to be called or not.
Do you see some new faces out there on defense too? Like
Yeah.
just Garrett just said, you just saw Ryan Hubner out there. Last series, you saw Aiden Tomko out there as well. You see some new faces up since.
Zach Harley, number 28, is also out there playing what looks like is
And they did call the holding on Gateway there.
Safety move.
The wide receiver grabbed him and like almost threw a player fully on the ground.
Yeah.
First and 15.
Good call by the refs there.
Is it first and 15? It is.
The board looks, the scoreboard's frozen right now.
Looks like.
it would probably be a
first
first
and 20.
and 20, something like that.
10-yard penalty on them.
So now the Gators are now pushed back to, and they give it to Run, who gives it to number 35, it looks like.
And can't get past the line.
38. Chamor Price, who's in sophomore right now. So, and he gets a gain of what looks like 6 yards. I'm totally guessing. I'm sorry if I might be mistaken. So, number 38, the same Chamor Price, I mean, gets in numbers 27. Jalen Allen, who takes it to the left side, who
Gets
gets
the
brought
outside.
now by, I don't know who it is, but it's brought down. He only gained 2 yards. So now the Gators have 3rd and looks like 12 to accomplish.
I don't think we mentioned this yet, but Gateway is using their backup quarterback, Bryson Denanzio.
Yeah, they don't want to risk injuring him, especially late in this game. The Mustangs are going to get rough because they're frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Having a home game that you heard all the day over social media, there's like trash talking and all this stuff because Gateway's like right next to Plum, so it's all the friendly rivalry type stuff. So,
Especially with all the
Yeah.
injuries happening in the game. It's just not worth the risk to keep him in
Yep.
at this point.
Rough
Not,
and
not to mention Derek Davis was taken out too.
and number
yeah, I
was
think
it
we
number
said that.
39
Number
as well.
39
Takes it to
running
the left
across
side,
the
cuts.
field. That's real good play there.
And there goes the speed again.
gonna go up.
He's going right past our
See if
defense.
Hartley can get him there. Yeah, he's going to get past
And
him.
touchdown Gateway.
But there's also a flag on the play, so it
Maybe
looks
that's-
like
Could be pulled back again.
Maybe taunting? I don't know. I saw him look back at him.
holding by the
Okay.
Gators. So now it'll be 3rd and
That's
it'll be a
their
3rd
second.
and
Yeah.
22. So that's a big blow for
Yeah,
the Gators.
really
That's
got
the
to
second time this drive they've had a 70-yard plus touchdown taken away from them.
Yep.
really got to feel bad for Kamor Price there. Putting all his heart in that play, you can tell running up the sideline, only to have it be called back and apologize for that call I made earlier about the taunting. That was obviously incorrect. So it's going to be brought back here. 9 minutes and 17 seconds left
Actually,
in the
my
fourth
mistake.
quarter.
My mistaken. Oh wait, no, that bring it back. I was gonna say my mistake, and it was only a 5-yard penalty, but then I realized holdings are 10 yards. So, like my suspicion was correct, it's a 3rd and 22. So now I would suspect maybe the Gators should just run the ball, give the ball away for a punt, and the Mustangs take it, or they can try to throw it. And with all the backups up, they're very anxious to play. They're wanting to do as well as the starters because this really doesn't happen for them much. And so they hand off to what looks like I have no idea. Give me 1 second. Either number 13 or number. I'm going to say number 13. Actually, no, number 27.
That is Jaleel Allen.
Who gets stopped, and it's now a 4th, and I have, it looks like maybe 18 or 17, so then they're elected a punt.
Mustangs have number 28 going back to receive it. Zach Hartley.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Garrett, it's rough and frustrating when you're down this low. You're so frustrated because you're getting hyped all week for this game, and just like being down by this much must really hurt for them. And they take their frustrations out playing. So, and it happens on all levels too, whether it be varsity, high school, college, or even pro. It happens all the time. It's just a football thing.
Very nice punt by Gateway. Gets Mustangs back to the 41-yard line.
Zach Hartley there to receive. Sorry to interrupt there, but Zach Hartley was there back receiving the punt there.
Zach Hartley's been very good on special teams as of late.
He has been getting time. Same with Ryan Humner. You know, those players that haven't played that often.
But still, this is actually really good field position for the Mustangs, even though it's still in their own zone. They are only 10 yards away from reaching midfield, which would be possibly the first time in this whole entire game. They've made it to the 40-yard line a lot of times, but they have not. I'm mistaken. They have crossed the 50-yard line multiple times. They have not gone past the 20.
It looks like number 84, Franz. He's a foreign exchange student, and he's from Germany, and he's getting his first start on offense.
Yep. He's been playing very well on the junior varsity team, so it's nice to see him get a shot on the varsity.
He is a junior, too.
And they look to throw to him. Number 10, Ryan Human throws it, and he fumbles it, and is recovered by
Gateway.
Yes.
They're going to get the ball starting on the Mustangs 33.
Almost entering the red zone there too as well for the Gateway Gators.
This is just not a good game for the Mustangs.
Well, they both played. Gateway's played better, obviously, but
on the plays where Human is getting sacked or scrambling, it looks like he's missing some open receivers. So I think he needs to get his eyes worked out for his next start or game that he gets played in.
I think the Mustangs, for what they have been doing, is actually pretty good because they're facing the number 1 team in the state.
Easily, yeah.
For 5A.
They're number 1 in states right now because they're just.
Yeah, last year's WPO champions.
Also that. So, I mean, they're facing probably the best of the best in southwestern Pennsylvania. So. Or even the whole Pennsylvania. So, and there's a timeout on the Gators.
And they could even be better than last year because a lot of their star players were in their freshman or sophomore years, so they're still around.
Agreed. So, I can see they've done pretty well because everybody predicted a blowout. It is a blowout, but I mean, the Mustangs could be getting destroyed probably even in the 60s, but that they're stopping them in the 48, and they're actually gone to well into the Gator zone a couple times. I would say it's a pretty good game for what they have done. Yeah. Now,
Garrett, what do you think that Mustangs need to do tomorrow for practice? What do you need?
Well, tomorrow is JV. It's the JV game, so
and that's away.
Yes, it'll be in Gateway. So, but it would probably be most likely they would need to look at, because the past 2 weeks have been just blowout games. You had last week against Franklin Regional, and now this week against Gateway. So they're going to need to look at and get ready for next week, which is Connellsville. And Connellsville last year was a game that was actually really good for the Mustangs. They got 14-0 in the first quarter. It was like the opposite of what the game was last week. So now the pass hand off to number 39. Jamore Price
Gets around to tackle behind the line and will get up about 6 yards.
So,
Flag on the play.
and there's a flag on a play apparently. So,
Knocked out of bounds by
Just to touch on the
Plum.
last subject, I think next week the Mustangs' offensive line, as well as their man coverage, needs to be tested a bit because that's some of the holes that have been getting taken advantage of by Gateway.
And I think when they play Connellsville next week, their injuries, they'll be back because they're missing a lot of people on their offense and defense.
that is correct because I've heard from Seth in class that he's only out for this week, but it's only a sprain, so he might be back next week. And he's a starting linebacker, and as of today, all of our starting linebackers, maybe one is still in, but all of our starting linebackers are out from injury. So we'll have Seth Norcutt back. Preston Sunday, I have no idea about him, but all I know is about Seth. So he hands off to number 27.
Allen on the carry.
Jalen Allen.
And he'll break into the 10-yard line
Brought down by
and a bit past.
As you're talking about injuries there, I hope we'll be getting some of our running backs next week because they've either been injured in this game or previously injured, and it looks like William Guzzies or Nathan Toth have been doing the work here.
Like Jimmy Schraub, he got injured today.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing very well
That was
before the
not
injury occurred. 2nd and 4 from the 9-yard line. 5:33 left in the game. Hands it off again.
Who gets? I got mistaken. I thought there was a loss, but it was
He got
gain
through the
of
first line.
5 yards. So it looks like a first down.
Along with Mason Humphreys.
But as Garrett said, number 4, Jay Schraub.
Jimmy Schraub.
Yeah, Jimmy Schraub is on the sideline right now with no pads, so he's definitely out for the game. But if he gets healthy for next week, that's still a great asset for the Mustangs, who's going to face Connellsville, which is undoubtedly a game that should be a close one, or it can be like usual where it's a 2-score, 3-score win for the Mustangs. Now, it could be a very close game, and I could be completely wrong, which is possible. But now number 39 takes out the middle, and he gets stopped, and it's a loss of 1 or 2.
So it's 4th and 1 now for Gateway.
And I don't know if they're going to go for the field goal. I don't see their kicker out there, so I'm thinking they might just go for it.
Jason Jenkins, the kicker for the Gators, is 6 for 7 on extra point attempts here tonight. I think he's got enough practice. You want to get some of these other guys in with red zone experience.
But also with the mercy roll, now the game is a lot faster. So now we're only down to 3:55 left in the fourth quarter. So, and they're going for it. Hand off number 39, who misses a tackle by number 53, who gets now
he's still up.
Broke a tackle, and now has blockers. Missed a tackle, and he's also in for the touchdown.
That was an incredible run.
That was a really, really good play there.
Broke away from
going
two
all the way
tackles.
back across. We thought it was over there. I really thought when those two, when the linebacker came up and that other one, he just cut all the way back, went in for the touchdown, made it look easy. So
54-0 now.
About to be
credit the effort of Jamore Price, I believe he was on that play. That now makes the score
54-0.
54. Yeah, no, 54-0.
So like you guys said, could have been stopped for a loss. The man stayed up, missed another tackle, and just took it all the way in. And
that's
that's
50.
And the kick is good.
Jason Jenkins now 7 for 8 on extra point attempts tonight.
Mustangs have 3 minutes and 40 seconds to try to get on the board.
Now 55-0. I'm sure the Mustangs are really just all they want right now is to score anything at all.
Satisfied this student section that has not been heard recently, but is still pretty large. So credit to the student section for staying around for a game that would look like a giant blowout. So now it's just pretty much they're putting in all their backups, pretty much just trying to get maybe some momentum for the next game. I know we said it's the last game as well, but they're going to look at this week and say, we did it 2 weeks in a row. It's just not going to happen. The Mustangs are going to practice. I talked to number 3, James Rose, today. He said, I've never been so focused in my entire life. I've never been so nervous in my entire life as well. So everyone is prepared for this game. It's just, like we said, it's the number 1 team in Pennsylvania.
In the state.
In the state.
Being around Josh Cummings all day, too, his whole focus all day, he just couldn't stop thinking about this game. He's definitely not going to be satisfied with how it turned out.
This team is a good team, and you can't say that.
Yeah.
Much as we keep talking about the negatives here, the positives is that we stopped this really good running back, Derek Davis, today.
We stopped him like 5 times today.
And that's going to bounce outside at the 4-yard line. Flag on the flag for it.
Our running game has been decent today. Not as good, of course, in other games, but nothing wrong with running, especially with all the running backs that we have injured today.
That is very true.
Nice.
So, sorry to interrupt you. I think it was Garrett, right? That you said this? Like he said, they have done a lot of. Of course, this game is very negative because it's a 8-score game. But I mean, you can look at the positives, and Mustangs somewhat stopped the running game from Courtney Davis, who has scouts here from Penn State who are facing, like we said, Pitt tomorrow in the Classic. So of course, he only scored, I think, 2 touchdowns today, but still, that he didn't get 3 or 4 because he's trying to go off and show everyone that he's good. And number 18 for the
Nathan
Mustangs.
Toth here, getting about 5 yards in the play.
Brought down by Hunter Dow and Nick
And I heard a flag. I might be mistaken. And
I don't see one, so.
yeah, I am mistaken. I just heard the announcer saying something, so I thought it was a flag. I'm mistaken. So, like Benny said, Franz Latzen, the junior foreign exchange student, is now still in the game. And like I said, they're all playing their backups. I don't know if I remember the team from the Gateway, if they're still starting. I'm guessing they're doing backups as well. And handing up the number 18 as well again. Nathan Toth, who gets another game, probably a gain of 1. So it'll be a 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs.
Hearing from Franz, I think he has great potential for this team. He's a very great athlete, and he's got lots of confidence when he heads onto the field.
Kelly's the leader.
And with 2:20 left in the 4th quarter, the Mustangs are down 55-0 as Hubner steps up in the shotgun. And he steps back, rolls back, gets Brewis, throws up the middle, caught by number 29.
Complete, number 28, Zach Hartley.
Is that
28, Zach Hartley. And now got a first down as a flag.
To the 2-minute warning.
And rough and passer on the Gators. So now that's their 5th or 6th unsportsmanlike conduct on the Gators all game.
Not to mention, that's a lot.
You got to think the coach is not going to be happy about that one.
Oh, heck yeah, he will.
Even though you're up by this much, it's just one of those things shouldn't be doing.
I think later on, when they go face harder opponents, like you can't have those in a game when it's a close game and just give up those type of penalties, giving them extra like 20 yards.
So Plum starting on the 30, just past the 2-minute warning.
It is score is 55-0. Gateway up against the Mustangs here in Plum with a minute 44 left in the clock. Throws it deep for the German exchange student, Franz Lockstadt.
is incomplete.
That was a good throw right into the end zone, too. Just unable to receive that. That was close.
Just over the hands of a Gateway defender, though.
Yeah.
And Franz is a very tall receiver.
Yeah.
Very
He is, like,
skinny,
Very
looks
tall, very confident.
fast.
6'4", 100, all 175 of him.
So, looks like a run to number 18,
Nathan Toth.
Nathan Toth, who gets a gain of what looks like 1.
Looks like they took Billy
And
Gessie
there's
out.
51 seconds left in the game as the clock winds down on this night. And looks like the Mustangs are going to go for one more play before the game is over.
I could also see them maybe, if they don't get it here, going for a field goal just to put a point on it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess-
But as the clock still runs, no matter what, they have, if they're going to want to do anything, they have to go fast.
Yeah.
Do they have any timeouts? I'm unsure.
I think yes, they could definitely do it, but I don't think
believe they used any so far.
I don't think they believe. But so number 10
Here we
throws
go.
it deep to number 15, who gets
Uh,
broken up, and
Almost intercepted, but knocked down.
it was
Yeah,
intended to
hit-
receiver number 15.
Jason Jackson.
Previous pass incomplete, broken up on the
And as the clock winds down, 5, 4.
That's going to be the end of this game. It's a
2,
shutout.
1.
Final score, Gateway 55, Plum 0.
Okay.
All right. What are your final thoughts on this game, guys? What do you think about next
Personally,
week?
So
I thought, I'll go ahead first, Garrett. But I thought Plum, even though they lost, they still put in a good effort. But they got new faces in the game. They could put some points on, but you can't do anything. Gateway's a good team, so they played well. Both teams played. How about you, Garrett?
Well, next week against Connellsville, that should be better for them. They're really looking for and hopeful for a victory that week because Connellsville isn't as great of a team as Franklin or Gateway, so they'll be looking to get a win against the Falcons there. They'll be traveling to Connellsville next week. So far in this game, it's a shutout, and you've seen good plays, so it wasn't that bad of a shutout. You've seen great plays on defense, a couple good plays on offense. But overall, they just really need to get their strategy together. Hopefully come out next week and make it look like the Highlands game. And that's really all I have to say. What about you, Evan?
I've said it before, the two main issues that I saw were Gateway getting right past the offensive line right after the play. They've got to work on that and covering them. And then also the Plum defense with their main coverage just wasn't on spot today. So they were letting a lot of guys just break right through them.
Yeah, the O-line really needs to play like they did against the Highlands. They're really good in that game. The past two games, they've let a lot of pressure get to Hunter Linhart, and that's been a major killer for their offense. So that's all we have to say. Oh yeah, Mr. Rick Barat. Anything to add?
Yes, actually. You guys have to remember this isn't. Gateway's not the Highland Golden Rams.
Yeah.
This is the team that lost in the PIAA finals, and unless something goofy happens, it's probably going to be them and Penn Hills in the 5A WPIAL championship, and they are looking. This isn't a sprint for them. This is a long distance run as they're looking to make a repeat appearance in the PIAA championship. So, Plum had some injuries. Plum moved the ball a little bit effectively in the first half, but Gateway is just so fast and strong. That's the reason why Terry Smith and James Franklin were here. Obviously, they're in town for the Penn State game tomorrow night, but they're here to see some of the Gateway recruits. So Plum obviously loses 61-0, but they have the Connellsville Falcons, and that's more around their tier level as with the Highlands Golden Rams. So with the Falcons next week, then you hit the McKeesport Tigers, which is another juggernaut.
Oh yeah.
And then the Penn Trafford Warriors, which is another juggernaut. So then the schedule softens a little bit after that. So Plum did come away with a couple injuries tonight, but hopefully, you know, they'll make their way through that as Matt Morgus now is addressing the team, and then they'll pack it up and they'll look forward to the Connellsville Falcons. So, good job with the broadcast tonight, guys. I'm looking forward to hearing the second and third and some of the fourth quarter, and you guys on your own. And you know, so hopefully next week as we go out to Connellsville, we'll have a better result. Do you guys have anything else to add?
I think I've said everything I need to say. Evan?
For next week, another advantage we'll get. It seems like we're getting Seth Norcutt, Preston Sunday, and hopefully Jimmy Schropp back for next week, so that's also going to help the team out.
Yeah, no, Evan, I agree. You know, you're missing 3 starters, and, you know, it's not like Plum has 95 student athletes on the team. They're in the low 30s. So when you lose 3 or 4 not only starters, but 3 or 4 depth guys, also, you're down to you know, playing student athletes that have never been in this position, and they're going up against the PIAA runners up. So, you know, it's like putting a freshman in for Pitt, and they're playing against the Steelers. Like, I mean, that's the analogy. So, you know, hopefully a better result. As a Plum fan and as a player, you put this one, you pack it away, you know, you watch the film for a little bit, you concentrate on Connellsville, and you build on the good. So, but unfortunately, Plum comes out on the wrong end here. So, the final score tonight, guys, is the Gateway Gators 61, the Plum Mustangs 0. So, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.